look at tent and inventory control system using Microsoft Access. This is a system whereby we shall be looking at tent, rendering, and inventory control system. So basically, I'll be very fast on checking on the table. So we shall have the customer table, where customer ID is the primary key. We shall have the customer name, customer address, and customer email. We shall have another table called tents table, where we shall have the tent ID as the primary key, tent name, tent type, supplier ID as the foreign key. Then we shall have the tent condition and tent availability. We shall also have the transactions table, where we shall have the transaction ID as the primary key, customer ID, and then tent ID as the foreign key, transactions date, and due date. We shall also have the inventory table, where we shall have the inventory ID as the primary key, the tent ID as the foreign key, quantity in stock, last restock date, and supplier ID. Then we shall also have the retails table, where we shall have the rental ID as the primary key, transaction ID as the foreign key, rental period start, that is when the rental starts, and also rental period end, and also the rental cost. So guys, we shall be having this program using Microsoft Access. So guys, we shall start by creating our table, where we shall have to right click, then go to new, then go to folder. Therefore, this is our rent at our tent rental MIS. Then we shall double click this, then go to right click, go to new, then we open Microsoft Access. Then we shall have our system as rental, that is tent, reading, and inventory control system. Guys, sorry for that. System. That is system. Then guys, after doing this, you just double click on this. Once you double click on this one, you shall then go to create, then table design. So we shall start by creating our table. Our first table is customer, so we shall have our customer ID. So our customer ID can be an auto number and the primary key. Then we shall have the customer, that is the customer name, guys. Then we shall have the customer, that is address. Then we shall also have like something, the customer phone number, very important, phone number. We shall also have something like the customer email address. Guys, right click here, save this one. This one is our customers. Then right click, cross all, go to table design. We shall have the next table. The next table is tent. So the tent ID, that is the tent ID. Tent ID. This one can also be an auto number and the primary key. And we shall have the tent name. Then we shall have the tent type. Then we shall have the next thing as the tent condition. Then we shall also have the tent availability. Then we shall have that one. That one is okay. Right click here, save. This one is tents. Table is transactions table. So I just go to table design. So we have the transactions ID. This is auto number and the primary key. Then we shall have the customer, that is the customer ID. Then we shall have the tent ID. Then you shall have the next one. The next one, the attempt ID should be number. Customer ID also should be number. Then you shall have the transactions dates. Sorry for that. Transactions date. Then we shall have the due date. Also, this is date and time. Then from there we can have the return date, date and time. We shall also have the total cost. This is currency. Then we shall have the inventory. Sorry, that one can wait. So we shall save this one as transactions. Guys, the next table is the inventory table, whereby we shall have the inventory ID as the primary key. You can just have it as the primary, as the auto number. Then we shall have the tent ID. This is the number. Then we shall have the quantity in stock number. Then we shall have the retail, that is the rust restock. That is date. This is date and time. Then we shall have the supplier. ID. This can be number. Then we shall have that is, I think that one is okay. That is inventory. Then after having done that one, we shall have our second rust table. Can just have the supplier name and quantity supplied. This is number. This is primary key. So we can save this one as supplier. Then our last table is the main table, where we shall have the rental, the rental ID. This is auto number and the primary key here. Then we shall have the transaction ID. This is number. Then we shall have the rental. That is the rental period start. Then we shall have the rental period end. This is date and time. Then we shall have the rental costs, currency, and we can have comments or remarks. This is wrong text or memo. So after having done that one, this is the rentals table, the mother table, rentals table. So these are the tables that are involved, guys, just like we have looked at them one by one from this point here. So you can notice that these are the tables: customer table with the fields, we have rentals table, we have transaction table, we shall also have inventory table, and that is the rental. This one should be really rentals table. You can look at that. This one should be rentals. Sorry for that. That is rentals table, guys. Correct. Just correct that one. Sorry for that mistake. So, guys, these are the tables and fields that are supposed to be found in the tent, lending, and inventory control system. Guys, in my next video, I will be doing relationships and also queries, forms, and reports. So, guys, remember to subscribe, remember to share, remember to like my videos, and also remember to come back and see what I will be doing next.